this year is going to be our, I guess, 14th Alive conference in Dallas. And Ben Glover is a longtime friend of mine. We have worked together on a number of different things for, goodness, 30 years?
30 plus, yeah.
Ben is a longtime minister in about 5 different churches, youth ministry, family ministry. He's preached. He's led in ministries both in churches and outside churches. Now, in addition to being ministry, you are a counselor. You're LPC with Turning Point in Oklahoma City.
Turning Point, Oklahoma City.
Happy to have you with us. So welcome to Alive.
Thank you. It's great to be alive. Actually, Gary is known for all the wonderful events he's put on over the years, and certainly this conference is a jewel in the crown. Looking forward to being a part of it and discussing some of the wonderful things. I think the thing I wanted to ask Gary was he came up with this incredible theme, Imagine. And I'm just wondering, Gary, what kind of was running through your mind when you came up with Imagine?
Well, I do believe, sometimes we'll say that we came up, and actually I really do believe that God impressed upon me the thought of, in a season where we're all experiencing this crazy 2020 culture, I'd wondered what it was like for us to go back in time a year or 2 years and imagine what it was like then to make your plans for 2020. We have people that were talking about Vision 2020 or something we want to do that's significant in 2020. Maybe some New Year's resolutions, or really make some big plans for a church or for companies or whatever. And then suddenly things blew up. And so as that happened, and as I really felt led by God in conversations in my office, church office, counseling office, out in the city, one of the things that's occurred to me is to imagine what it would be like to go beyond a pandemic season, to go beyond some of the experiences that have come in our lives, to go beyond whatever we're experiencing now, race issues, the difficulties and challenges of trying to understand each other. And so what I thought it might be good to do is for all of us collectively, in a room in Dallas and also out and about virtual, to imagine where God wants to take us with the next step. So that's where the theme comes from, imagine. What do you think, when you hear the word imagine, what do you think of what comes in your mind, Ben, when you consider, as a minister, as a counselor, as a father, grandfather, husband, one who's engaged in the city of Oklahoma City? How does imagine hit you?
Really well, because I think part of what God calls us to is to not just see what things are, but what they could be. And one of the things that I think I love about this theme is imagining what our world could be like. I think everybody and anybody can probably look and see the things that are not working, and certainly there's a number of things not going well. To be able to imagine what God could do with us in those kind of places, in those kind of things, putting us in the moments, in the thoughts, in the feelings, and in the actual area where change could begin, where change and difference could happen. To me, that's always exciting, because if we're not talking about it, it probably isn't happening. But we got to not just talk about it, but we got to take it to the streets. And certainly, you and I over the years have seen a lot of change in the streets because people talked about it, they prayed about it, they were moved, they were changed. And so that's such a great core thought to go into a conference with. Imagine. Well done.
Well, I think it's one of those things that God's going to bless, because it was really, I think, his thought that he impressed on some of us. One of the things that occurs to me, we're sitting obviously out in an urban area on the streets, cars going back and forth, people coming through with Segways, scooters, trains coming through. I'm imagining the number of lives and the kinds of backgrounds and the thoughts, the preoccupations, the goals, the hurts, the hopes, the wants, the connectedness or the disconnectedness represented in a few people that are coming down this street here in urban America. And what we're going to do is we're going to explore on that weekend, and then especially beyond that weekend, how we might connect better, how we might love better, how we might understand and appreciate better, and how we might get a sense of what God's doing in our lives better. So what we want to do is invite you to come in person or to come virtually to Alive 2020, Prestoncrest Church of Christ, Dallas, Texas. Looking forward to seeing you.